Hey folks, JD here, and today we've got this. This is the JJRC Blue Crab, and I'm quite excited about taking this little guy out. He's quite unique in the way that he folds, quite unique in the way that he looks, and this blue is just electric. It really does stand out. So, as we saw in the unboxing, we can unlock the arms, and once we do, this is what she looks like when she's locked in place. See, that's really quite nice. I really like that. It's small, it's very light, mind you, extremely light. Unfortunately today, it's very still. Look at this. It's so still, there's no breeze. So this is a perfect time to take this guy up. So what we're going to do, we're going to just lift him off, we're going to take him around a little bit. I'm going to get used to him because obviously he is controlled via a smartphone and not via a transmitter. And then once we've taken him around a lap or two, then we're going to have a little look at this camera and see what this camera can do, whether or not it records well. If it doesn't record well, we'll get all that and then we'll put it in the video and we'll have a little look and see how it goes. Don't forget, if you want to know more information on this guy, you'll find him in the description. So with that, let's take him up. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is turn this on. Now when we're on, we've got flashing blue lights on the front, flashing red lights on the back. Now, at this stage, we are able to now attach him to our smart device. So let's open up the settings. We should then have Wi-Fi, and then from there we should be able to just choose this guy. So come on JJRC, there you are, open network. And bush, we are connected, we are ready to go. So with this, once this is done, inside the manual is the app JJRC. There's a little QR code. So once you've scanned that with your phone and then the app is downloaded, this is pretty much what it'll look like. We saw this last week with the JJRC, the Cygnus. Right, connect. We should be getting video relay. Ooh, there we go. Look at that. So there's a little bit of video. Okay, right. So what I'm going to do to start off with, we've got a load of these different icons at the top. I'm going to start video recording. I'm going to speed is going to be at 30%. That's going to be fine. Let's put on the analog sticks. Okay, one final thing to do. That is put on the extra options here. Now this is how we take off. There's an up button to take off, a down button to automatically land, and a stop button should there be any sort of emergencies. This little button here is for flight path by the look of it. So for the second, let's take her up to the skies just by pushing this up button here. And with that, let's take her up. Okay, up we go. And the blue crab is up, active, and looking pretty good. Okay, so as this is altitude hold and as this is not GPS, there is going to be some drift when you do stop and the altitude hold does take over. Okay, this is 30% speed. This is the slowest speed mode. It seems pretty good. It seems quite stable. It's very responsive, which is exactly what you want out of a little drone. Responds really well to all of my touches. See, as soon as you touch it, it just turns around, increases altitude, decreases altitude without any issue. I'm really quite happy with that. Okay, let's try a couple of things. Let's turn her around, the camera faces me. Hello. Right. Okay, that's alright, that's not too bad. Okay, let's see how good that quality is when we come to edit the video. Okay, that's 30%. Let's kick her up to 60%. This is speed 2. As you can see, when you kick her up to speed 2, the quadcopter then increases its pitch forward, allowing you then to get a bit more speed out of those motors. Let's bring her down a little bit. As this is so light, if there was going to be a breeze that just turns up, I don't want this thing taking this. As for the camera position, in the unboxing I said that I was hoping the camera position would enable us to get some quite good footage. But what I'm seeing from the relay here, again, is more tarmac. Obviously, if I stop pitching her forward, then we get a little bit more. We get a little bit more of a scenic video shot rather than just a load of tarmac. But so far, 60% seems to be okay. Now, one thing again I'm very surprised at is these motors. They are so quiet, so absolutely quiet. One thing I'm not liking about this is the fact that he's climbing in altitude. I don't know if you can see this, but he is most definitely climbing. Let me bring him down again. And coming down, look how slow he is coming down. That's me right the way down, look. And he is very slow to decrease altitude. But if that's the worst thing that we've come across for the second, which it absolutely is, and it's pretty imperative to be able to land a drone. Okay, let's take her up again. Let's just take her forward, turning her around. I'm trying to see whether this increase in altitude is me. I don't think it is, because I'm keeping my finger quite low on the button. But it seems to be hitting, almost like a wall. Maybe it can't get further down than that. Okay, this is 60% speed. She seems to be doing quite well. Creep it up to 100%. This is 100% speed. This is speed mode 3, the fastest this little guy can go. Oh, that's the battery. So the battery has already given us the warning through the LEDs that the lights are flashing. I'll be honest with you folks, this has probably been one of the shortest flights that we've done this year. Let's take him from 100%, let's put him back to 30% speed. Let's try and see if we can squeeze a little bit more time out of that battery. Okay, let's see if we can bring him down. Look at this. Lights flashing really fast. In for a landing straight away. No problem at all. Okay, so now I'm guessing that this is going to be totally out of battery. No. Lights are still flashing. Let's see if we can take him up again. Okay, so once again now we're going to try and take him back up. The lights are flashing, obviously letting us know the battery is very low. I'm not going to do any video recording. We're going to keep her on 30% speed. So let's put on everything. Let's see if we can take her up. Yes, we can. No, we can't. It died straight away. There we go. So that's it. The battery is totally out after a 6-minute flight. Let's get a verdict. So, thoughts and impressions on the JJRC Blue Crab. Well, I'll be honest with you, it flew very well. Right? Let's do the positives first. So, it flew well. It was silent in its flight. It handled really quite well. When altitude hold kicked in, yes, okay, it drifted, but obviously we do see drift with altitude hold. But the most imperative thing is that it doesn't fluctuate in its altitude, or it doesn't decrease altitude. It didn't. It stayed at a same point. Also, we have the transmitter is easy to operate. Obviously, it is your own smartphone. It is using the JJRC app. That in itself is really easy to navigate, really easy to use. When you wanted to carry it, the quadcopter folds down into a really nice package. A nice package enough for you to put away in your bag and not have to worry about it getting damaged as you go into your destination to fly it. Negative side is the battery life is far too short. The battery life is nowhere near 10 minutes, so we're looking at a 6-minute flight here today. 360 flips didn't work, and I tried every single angle, I tried every single way to try and get them to flip, and it just did not. Once you were up at a particular altitude, okay, now I'm gonna level with everyone here for the second. It's very cold here today. The first day I think we're almost in minus figures, almost. Now when I got to a particular altitude, I was going to say about 8 foot. And I tried to reduce the altitude even more of this quadcopter. It would not reduce. Now that, to me, it seems almost as if you need to be able to bring a quadcopter to land. There's no ifs or buts about it. If it's up in the air and it's flying, it eventually needs to come down. So that in itself did leave me a little bit cold at the fact that I couldn't bring it down past 8 foot. Now, its saving grace in saying that is the fact that when the battery lights flash, there's 2 different types of LED flash on this. There's one quite slow pulsing to let you know the battery is low, and then the LEDs flash really fast, really erratic, really fast. That's to let you know the battery is almost empty. When that happened, the quadcopter stopped and it just lowered itself, which I thought was excellent. I haven't seen a non-GPS quadcopter that's lowered itself as quickly, as abruptly, and not just flown off in some crazy angle. So I was really quite happy with that. But obviously, as I say, the main thing about this quadcopter is the battery life is so incredibly low. Now, I recorded video for 3 minutes and we had a 6-minute flight. So 3 minutes with video, 3 minutes without video. In my world, that's not good enough. But it is only a small quadcopter. So, that being said, I wouldn't recommend this copter. I think it's okay. I think it's pretty good. It's pretty fun. And it does come in at quite a nice cheap price point. So if you are to buy it, then you're not going to be paying that much for a quadcopter, and that in itself is quite good. But I wouldn't turn around and say that I would recommend this. Alright then folks, thanks ever so much for watching and listening. I've been JD, you've been fantastic as always. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Hello and welcome to all the new subscribers. I hope you're enjoying the channel. So until next time, my friends, happy flying.